Hello, hello. Happy Friday. First Friday of Lent 2025 for those of you who observe Lent. Today is March 7th, 2025. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening whenever you're watching this. And of course, if you're watching this live, good morning. And I think I just got my notification. So let me turn myself down and see if I can see anybody in the chat. And we'll get right to it. Y'all know I don't stay on long. So I just wanted to talk to y'all for a little while. I really came on to say that I am doing Lent and to talk about that. But I was looking at something this morning, and they were talking about Leandra, and I said, well, I never gave my opinion on her being arrested the second time or gave any commentary on that. So I said, well, let me throw that in there too. We could talk about that also. So most of you already know, because it's been a couple of weeks, that Leandra has been arrested for the second time within a 2 months or 3 month. The last time was December, so within 6 months she's been arrested for the second time. And the reason why I put it like that is because we all know that she has had some other issues with the law due to her drinking. She even had at some point something on the little security thing or the whatever thing on her leg or her ankle because of it. So it's obviously an issue. Good morning, Sean. Thank you for coming in. So obviously there's an issue with it. Okay, there's no denying that. So, but my question is, is kicking folk? Well, they ain't kicking her out the church because she's still welcome to come to church. But, in the old church, hey T Danielle, hey Marcus, thank y'all for coming in. In the old church, you have an issue or something like that. They kick you out of not kick you out of whatever you're doing. Like she would be put down from the choir stand. You be sat down. That's the way we say it. You get sat down. And I wonder, is that the right approach? I had a conversation with a good friend yesterday. And she was saying that although she holds pastors to a higher moral standard, and we just agreed to disagree because there's some things in that we disagree on, because I don't think that pastors are is the moral police. I don't think that their responsibility is to tell us what's right or wrong. Their responsibility is just preach in the word and let us, let the Holy Ghost do the rest, right? So. But we got to talking about it, and she was saying that even though, she don't go to church or whatever, she said, but when she listened to music, that is what blesses her. That is what feeds her spiritually. And she said that when Leandra sings, that she can feel, and I'm not saying word for word what she's saying, so if you're listening to me, you can correct me, but she said that's where she feel the power of God, the anointing of God, the peace of God. The words minister to her very soul. So are we to sit folk down? Is that the answer? Is sitting folk down the answer? And I know a lot of people say, well, there are churches that's using her for her gift. They're not concerned about her issue with alcohol. They're using her for her gift. But aren't we using a lot of people for the gift? Because obviously, if somebody's fat, and I don't care how much they tell me that I don't eat that much. Yes, you do, because it's an abundance of calories that cause you to gain the weight, unless there's some type of medical condition there. But most times, it's an abundance of calories. We're cool with people being on the choir and they can sing their face off and they're fat. Because gluttony or overeating is a more acceptable, quote unquote, addiction or sin than alcohol is. Alcohol just don't look right. You get arrested. You can't arrest anybody for overeating. We know somebody in the church who got an old lying habit. Yeah, well, they're not going to get arrested for it. People can't really see it. We can't prove it. I think that Leandra's sin, or as far as its public sin is that she keep being seen. When I first saw it the second time, I said, "Oh, Leandra, Leandra, this is what I said within myself and to some friends that were listening. Please, sister, please, girl, could you just, until you get a handle on that drinking, and you really do for your health and for your mental state and all that, but could you do it in private? Could you not go out in the public anymore? And if you don't do that, the church won't have no issue with it. They won't be bothering you. It won't be all these discussions about your business, saying that you got, some folks out here saying that you got, something must have happened traumatic in her life. Do you know some people just start drinking when they're young and just don't stop, and it become a habit? Like every time somebody is addicted to something or is a habit, it don't necessarily have to mean that there was trauma somewhere. We be giving folks issues. In the church, we're supposed to be preaching healing and speaking positive and healing, and we're giving folks trauma. They must have some trauma in their life. We don't know that to be true. We don't know that to be true. So while we don't know that, since we don't know that to be true, we shouldn't be, trying to speculate why she drank. Hey, she could have just started drinking at 16, hanging with some friends, thought it was fun, and she got addicted to the alcohol and just liked the feel of being drunk. It could be just something as simple as that, or not. But if she would just stop being arrested, do I want her to not drink to the point where she is out in public embarrassing herself? Some people, the Bible don't tell us not to drink. The Bible tells us, not all of us. It do say bishops don't have strong wine. But I'm saying overall, all of us, it says just don't get drunk. Okay, that's what it says. Don't get drunk. So, some people just, they have to set it aside. Like my dad had to just stop. My mom can drink wine. My mom, y'all know I'm a preacher's kid, right? I'm a preacher's kid. My parents are very committed to the church. My dad don't drink because he used to drink, and he was a very functioning alcoholic, meaning that he could work. Obviously, Leandra is a functioning alcoholic because she don't miss no shows, honey. She don't miss no shows. But my dad could work multiple jobs, don't miss a beat, taking care of his family and doing everything he's supposed to do. He was a functional drinker. Okay, my mom was a social drinker. So now that they're committed to the church, my daddy don't drink at all. He don't want to, it's been, 40 years. Well, I'm 55. It's been about 40 something years or 40 years that he hasn't drank. He don't want to go back to it. My mom, on the other hand, because she wasn't really an alcoholic, she might have a glass of wine. She don't have no hard drink, but she might have a glass of wine. I don't really think she drinks any cocktails like no Bahama Mamas and none of them little sweet daiquiri drinks. If she do, it's going to be a virgin one. But she will drink some wine. So, it's like for Leandra, she probably have to not drink because she obviously abused the drink. But my point is this: is it our business or is it her business? And in the church, are we going to keep putting people out the church? Because here's the thing. You start sitting folks down where they're not active in the church and stuff like that. Then the next thing you know, then guess what? There might be somebody down in the lounge. Church folks, y'all hate competing with the lounge and the club. They might say, well, you can come on in here to sing because we love you singing. We love it. So come on around here to sing. We're losing people. We're putting such a high expectation on people that we're losing people in the church. Like, when are we going to stop doing that? But anyway, let me see what y'all saying in the chat. In my opinion, pastors are like teachers. They can teach us, but it's our decision, our own. Just like when they sin, that is their own. Daniel, I agree so much. That's exactly what I was saying yesterday. Listen, everybody got to work out their own salvation. Logan J said, put the turkey down. Yeah, put that turkey leg down. I just heard somebody say, I was watching another show and I just heard somebody say, you supposed to be so anointed. You so close to God. You stop drinking. Well, do you tell the big man that or the big woman that, you got all this power, but you can't get power over that potato chip, the little Debbie, you know what I'm saying? Or if you got so much power, but you can't get the power enough to stop gossiping, You ain't got the power to stop God. You ain't got the power to forgive this person over there. You ain't got the power to love we can just go through things. We look at hers and talk about hers because hers is obvious. It's in the news. Thank you, Sing. Thank you, Sugar. But it's like, because we always own what we can see. Let me see. Sean Talk said if she had never said she drinks on her arrested arrest in public, nobody would be saying anything, and she'd be the top 10 saved folk. Exactly. In my opinion, they wouldn't care. They only care because it's seen. In my opinion. And I'm not saying people don't care about her, but it wouldn't be no talk of stopping her from. Listen, y'all remember Zachary Timms? Zachary Timms, was that his name? Was on drugs, baby. Little Debbie. I said tater chip. I said tater chip and them little Debbie cakes. Sugar is 10 times more addictive as crack, but we don't want to have that conversation. We don't want to talk about big folks in the church and how we should be better in better health. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to me. I'm a thick girl. But Zachary Timms, I think he passed in a hotel room over overdose. He had issues with drugs. And I don't know whether anybody had ever talked to him. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right person, because I don't want to be saying the wrong person, honey. Yeah. He died from a cocaine heroin mixture. I think it was somewhere around 2011. So, but he could preach his face off. He teached and preached and everything. And I don't know whether the people ever got him any help, because I don't know whether the people knew. Like, as long as it's hidden, we're okay. But as soon as it come out, then there's an issue. Another person, an example I can give, Bishop George Bloomer. Bishop George Bloomer said that he used to take a hint before he went out there to preach. He was addicted. Again, if the addiction can't be, let me make sure I'm talking right, because I don't want to lie on nobody. He was obviously addicted to drugs and food, because he was a big man at some point. Yeah, he did an interview about it. Bishop George Bloomer, hold on. Recently, Bishop George Bloomer teamed up with the Barnes and Nobles, Durham, North Carolina, to have a book signing. This was years ago, y'all. Hold on, let me see if I can get to the part about his drug addiction. Hold on, y'all. I should have had this up. Yeah, okay. George Bloomer told us, hold on, I lost it. Anyway, he talked about somewhere, I can't remember where, that how he was preaching while he was under had just might have sniffed or took whatever, however he did it, something before he came out to preach. He was on that stuff. Here's a quote from 2017. I personally struggle with drug addiction and other destructive behaviors. Fortunately, I live to tell about it. And he talks about it. So we have people in the church. My point is this: we have people in the church other than Leandra, who's had issues and addictions, whether it be the addiction of food that I was just talking about, or addictions to substance, illegal substance. But it happens. So, I think we have to start talking about in a more healthy and positive way how we can, deal with these things. And is sitting them down the answer. So now they're going to sit down and be a drunk and not give God the glory. You know what I'm saying? Not praise God. Because it's not about the performance. It's not about packing the church. It's not about bringing somebody in to entertain folks. It's about she's singing to the glory of God. It's about the lyrics that's coming out her mouth is giving God praise and glory. So why are we so focused on the vessel? I gave this example yesterday, and I'm gonna move on from this. This is the example that I gave yesterday. When I'm thirsty, most of y'all drink water from a bottle. And then now some of y'all are getting some of these canisters to keep it cold, or keep it, and you want to put it in something so that you can make sure you get enough of it. But whether you drink your water out of a glass, a cup, a bottle from where you bought bottled water from the store, from one of your little mugs or canister stuff, which one is more important? The vessel that you're getting the water out of, or the water that's going into your body that you need for hydration, and what they say, a certain percentage of our body is made up of water, and to filter out kidneys. Which one is more important, the vessel or the water that's coming out? Leandra, George Bloomer, Zachary Timms, we are the vessel that God used. But what's more important is what's coming out of that vessel. That's what we don't want to miss. So before we start sitting down God's vessels, maybe we ought to consult him first. you know. And it is a shame when, and I had just, y'all remember I just said that, if we keep, determining what we're going to do, set people down and stuff, what we call the quote unquote world will take them. Well, it is being said that Jamie Foxx prayed for Leandra. He's praying for her, and that should be our response to it. I'm gonna pray for her in hopes, and if you're close to her, you can maybe talk to her and try to convince her to get some help. But I think all of this trying to determine what it is, and being so hard on her, I don't know whether that's helping any. I really don't. I don't know whether that's helping any. Jamie Foxx and Leandra some years ago did a song together, and I don't know where they were when they did it, but they did the song "No Weapon," and I guess maybe I don't know whether they stayed in touch since then or whether they're close, but I just know they did that song "No Weapon." I'm gonna play just a little bit of it, and we're gonna turn it off. Okay, that's all I want to play. I ain't trying to mess up my whole video. But I like I said, I guess they remain friends after that. But anyway, he is praying. He's saying that he is praying for Leandra. Okay, so the next, that went longer than I thought. Next, I want to talk about, I am doing Lent this year. For Lent, what I'm doing is I'm not giving up social media, but some of you know that I hang around this area called the beef sector. And over in the beef sector, we act up something awful. Ain't nothing healthy over there, ain't nothing good. So during Lent, I usually step away from the beef sector. In addition to stepping away from the beef sector, I don't want to be also doing any beefing with William McRae and all of this negative stuff. I want to be able to do Lent, and just step away and renew my spirit. I'm also trying not to cuss, y'all. I said trying, because I done slipped up about five times. I'm just trying to become a better person, and to strengthen my spiritual side. So it's, I'm staying away from like beefing situations, messy situations, and trying not to cuss, and I'm not eating out. So that's basically what I'm doing for Lent. So that's going to be for 40 days, but actually Lent lasts 46 days. I don't know why they say 40 days. Lent lasts 46 days. It's something about Sundays don't count. They don't count Sundays, but it's 46 days. So if you don't see me around a lot on neither channel, that's why. I will be posting inspirational stuff. And, I will come on and talk about, light stuff like what I just talked about. But other than that, I will not be around. So that's as of Lent 2025. Also, and I'm going to put my email in here. If you would like to join me, and another person, that's my email. If you would like to join us February 2026 on a Super Bowl cruise, please email me. That's my email address. Email me and I will get that information to you. You have all the way till probably November. You have till November 2025 to pay it off. The deposit will be, I can just tell you straight up, the deposit will be $200. That's due when you book. When you first call in, they'll give you about 3 days grace period. But after those 3 days, you pay it, or they um, drop your reservation or your booking. So the deposit is $200, and then you can pay it every month if you want to, or you can wait till November like I do and panic and go run and pay it. But I do it every time. Every time I say I'm gonna make payments, and I don't. When the final payment due, I run and make the whole thing at one time. But the final payment won't be due until November, and the cruise is out of. Well, I ain't gonna say. Email me for information, but it's in February, and email me for additional information. But the cruise is in February, so if you want additional information on that. I think that's all I had. I saw an interesting thing that Noel Jones has said. Y'all go check out the Juice. Sorry about the notifications. Y'all go check out the Juice Radio. The Juice Radio. I enjoy her videos, and she had a good live the other day. So y'all check out the Juice. Okay, that's her link right there. Okay. And thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate y'all support. If you are members while I am away for these 40 days and 40 to 46 days, if you want to suspend your membership, I understand, even though it's only 99 cents. It's only 99 cents. But if you want to suspend that, I certainly understand, especially since I'm not going to be active on here. I will be, like I said, putting up more inspirational stuff, things like that. But other than that, until Lent is over, I won't be active, okay? And when I come back, hopefully I'll be a better person. Okay? Hopefully. That's the prayer. That's the goal. I don't want to just do this just to say check the box I did Lent. I don't want to cleanse up just to come back worse or the same. So thank y'all for coming in. Appreciate your support. Have a good day. Have a great weekend. And remember to live in peace on purpose.